Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Nushimen, Sangshingmen, Daja Hao. It is an exceptional honor to welcome you all here today. It is a virtual meeting as it has started to become of our new normal life, but I hope we could see each other in person. My name is Istvan UJHELYI, first Vice Chair of the Transport and Tourism Committee in the European Parliament, and I'm Special Ambassador of the UNWTO towards the EU institutions too. Thanks a lot for the European Commission to invite me here today to share some important news on the European tourism policy and to greet you on behalf of the European Parliament, where I was initiator and father of the World Bridge Tourism project some years ago. Let me share some info on this. The World Bridge Tourism pilot project was initiated first in the framework of the 2015 budget of the European Union. Later, thanks to the success and the achieved results, a 3-year-long preparatory action was implemented. And this was the fundamental of the EU-China tourism year in 2018. The main aim of the project was that Europe should benefit from the World Bridge tourism through the increasing GDP of the tourism sector. At the same time, it will bring about significant economic growth, including the creation of sustainable employment opportunities. The project focused on China first as the fastest growing tourism source market in the world, but we plan to involve other third countries like India, Russia, the United States. As it's stated in the pilot project, Chinese tourists' propensity to travel abroad is expected to continue rising in the coming decades. Beyond Asia and the Pacific, Europe is the largest destination region for Chinese travelers. As Europe has a prominent place on the Chinese wish list, it is necessary to think about how European member states could host better Chinese tourists. It is a question of mutual understanding, continuous and sustainable training of employees all over Europe in the tourist sector. Till 2020, everything was on the right track, but first the Thomas Cook bankruptcy, later the global COVID pandemic showed how vulnerable the tourism sector has become. Not only in the EU, but in the other states globally turned to close their borders immediately. Travel restrictions caused by the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic have severely affected the tourism industry, an industry which directly and indirectly employs about 27 million people in the European Union, thus contributing by 10.3% the European GDP. Moreover, the tourism and travel sector plays a key role in leveraging efforts to preserve and promote the natural and cultural heritage of Europe. Hundreds of thousands of workers have lost their job with no foreseeable means of income. The entire value chain of tourism industry was under distress. Tour operators, accommodation, and everybody in the sector, recreational industry, for example, were only some of the branches in need of EU support. Therefore, a vision and a comprehensive strategy for the tourism sector was urgently needed, not solely for the recovery of the different branches of the industry, but a vision for the future of the tourism and travel sector as a whole. For restarting the sector, a 3-pillar approach was the necessity. Firstly, guarantee immediate access to liquidity. Secondly, lay out concrete plans for the recovery period with a crisis management mechanism. And thirdly, devise a long-term future strategy that goes beyond the COVID-19 crisis, setting the foundations for a new, smart, modern and sustainable EU tourism and travel sector. The final aim is the creation of an European Tourism Union. And the following results have been reached. From 1st of July, the digital green certificate is going to be introduced to facilitate the free movement of persons, first among the member states. The first time in its history, the European Commission recognized tourism as an industry part of a 14 industries ecosystem. It means more funds, more governance in the coming years for tourism. Tourism is a global issue where Europe is the #1 tourist destination. For tourism from third countries to return to the same level as before the COVID-19, it is crucial that we address two main challenges. First, tourists must feel safe in relation to the health measures taken at the hotel and the travel destination. And secondly, tourists must be able to trust that the hotel or airline will not go bankrupt prior to their trip, in order to regain both trust and safety for non-European travelers. It is important to ensure strong and clear communication concerning consumer rights and health services available for travelers in the country or countries they are traveling in. With my colleagues, we are working hard to gradually reopen Europe for travelers from third countries. There is a lot of decisions to be taken in front of us. Your dedicated work is crucial to have again a normal travel among the countries. After all, the tourism and travel industry is the industry of peace, greatly contributing and promoting dialogue and mutual understanding among the citizens of member states. Tourism is a perfect form of people-to-people dialogue. Therefore, it is essential to put tourism back on track in Europe as well as on a global level. Thank you so much. 非常感谢，再见。